Brightest blessings, everyone. Okay. Today, I'm going to give you a treat. I know you guys have been a little bummed out about the Trump stuff. You didn't have to say anything. I can feel it off you guys. I know. Uh, it's just that you guys wanted me to do videos, and that's basically what's been on my mind lately. That's all. A little worried, a lot scared. So today I'm going to give you a bit of a treat. I'm not going to be talking about Donald Trump, although maybe just a little bit, because he does have something to do with this. After all, he is our commander-in-chief, and what he does affects how we deal with this. So, kind of good, kind of not. Anyway, today I'm going to be speaking about energy, okay? Not the type of energy that you and I use or is part of us. I'm talking about our fuel energy, how we run things, how we power things, buildings, cars, whatever. And I don't understand everybody who's fighting tooth and nail to do everything to try to save everybody from the big bad environmentalists. Okay? Do you realize that we actually still give subsidies to big oil? Big oil is not just profitable, it is the most profitable business in the world. Not in this country, in the world. And when you make that much money, that much profit, what do you need with subsidies? Subsidies are there to give a helping hand to those who need it. Okay? I'm not saying that subsidies is a bad thing, although I don't quite understand how Republicans are in favor of giving subsidies to anybody, let alone big oil. I mean, after all, it is America and pull yourself up by the bootstraps and living the American dream and yada, yada, yada. It just doesn't go with what they're preaching. But I digress. That's not mainly why I'm doing this video. We have the money for subsidies, and subsidies are greatly needed in certain areas. Big oil just doesn't happen to be one of them. Now, if you really wish to pursue big oil as a major means of our energy in this country, that's one thing. And I think that's really stupid, and that's part of what this video is about. However, you can't justify giving any sort of subsidies to something so profitable. Now, where we do need subsidies is switching over from our addiction to big oil. Okay? Now, yes, they're trying to grab more oil in this country and our allies' country. And I have to say that is a smart idea, assuming that it would be a smart idea to continue on with oil. I mean, after all, you do not want to place the needs of your energy, your country's energy, squarely in the hands of your country's enemy. That's like taking your worst enemy in the entire world, taking your testicles out, putting them squarely in the hands of your enemy, and say, please don't hurt me, I trust you. It just doesn't make sense. And finally, we're getting away from that. And I agree, that's a good thing. But it shouldn't be that mind-blowingly, how should I say, it shouldn't have taken us this long to come to the conclusion that we should not be putting the energy needs of this country in the hands of the enemies of this country. It's not that hard of a concept. But the thing is that we keep pushing and pushing and pushing and fighting and fighting and fighting to stay with energy sources such as oil, coal, natural gas, and fracking. Not only are these very dirty, I mean, in the fact that if there's an accident, it's dangerous, it can kill us, our wildlife, nature itself, and if we kill the animals and the plants around us, if we happen to survive, We're not going to survive for long if we have nothing to eat, and nothing will grow. And I can understand if we didn't have an alternative. But even if we didn't have an alternative, we should place that money and energy into finding an alternative quickly. Because not only is it dirty, but it's also non-renewable. Now, for those that don't know what that means, it means that someday we are going to run out of oil. We are going to run out of coal. And we won't have a choice. It doesn't matter how much of an argument that you give towards oil and coal, how much your pockets need that money. You can argue saying, oh, but if we get rid of oil and coal, we're going to lose jobs. Well, of course we're going to lose jobs, numbnuts. But those jobs are not going to be lost. They're going to be transferred. Okay? We will be losing jobs in all the coal industries. We will be losing jobs in all the oil industries. But we will be gaining those jobs in other areas. Solar, wind, hydro. And if we really need oil, we can still get oil by using hemp oil. Because it is the only oil that we can use both in industrial needs and food needs. That is renewable. And if there's an accident, it's not going to hurt anything. And literally, it grows like a weed. Literally. You can't get high off of it. Did you know that the automobile engine was originally designed to run on hemp oil? Most engines were. So it's not like it would be that hard to do it back to hemp oil instead of the dirty petroleum oil. And we don't have to worry about running out of it. We can make it ourselves. And in this country. I don't understand what the fight is. We will take those jobs, move them over to the other energy. Not only will be not losing because we'll be transferring the jobs, but we'll be gaining more jobs because you've got 2, oil and coal, and going into solar and hydro and wind. That's 3, not 2. Goes from 2 to 3. And fracking. Who the hell ever thought of fracking? We all see what's happening to the environment. There are earthquakes happening that earthquakes are not supposed to be happening, and in great numbers. That is not a good sign when the earth moves where there is no plates where they should naturally move. I don't understand why people are not scared. Maybe because their wallets being filled up seems to, make their fear meter go down. But, when push comes to shove, you could have the fattest wallet in the world. But what are you going to do when you don't have a planet to live on? Or food to eat? Or water to drink? I'm not saying the Environmental Protection Agency is the greatest thing in the world, but it does have its it does have its moments, and it is certainly needed. But Donald Trump does not just simply want to, get rid of a lot of the regulations that the EPA has. He wants to get rid of it, and he signed in something already that I've heard of that should be getting rid of it completely altogether by the end of 2018. That is scary. How can you not believe that this planet needs regulations in one way, shape, or another to save our drinking water, to save our breathable air? And that's not even counting if you believe in global warming or not. I remember when Japan and China got rid of a lot of the EPA regulations that they had over there. And people, it was not uncommon to see people walking around town in masks because they could not breathe. You could not, it was not just over cities that you could not breathe the air. It was everywhere. You could not drink the water. Donald Trump signed in something saying that the coal industry can dump their waste in rivers and lakes legally. The man has not done anything to fix what's happening in Michigan and other cities and towns that have non-drinkable water. And yet he's already signing things to poison even more water. But what the fuck does he care? He's got his filtered water. He's fine. It doesn't matter what you think about clean energy. The thing is that you have to start looking at what and how you can use solar and hydro and wind. Because sooner or later, oil and coal and other non-renewable sources are no longer going to be here. It doesn't matter what you like or what you want. It's not going to be here. And you will not have a choice. So are you going to sit here and wait till the very last moment and say, I don't know what to do? Or are you going to take this time to make sure that we take those subsidies and take it from companies that are not needing it, like the most profitable thing in the entire world, and put it towards study and perfection of hydro and solar and wind, so we can make sure that it is perfected, and we will have no problem when we have nothing else to use. Doesn't matter what your thoughts are on pollution or global warming. What are you going to do when it's not there for you to use anymore? What are you going to do?